Oh, hey, everybody. Everyone's talking about using the 25th Amendment or the possibility the 25th Amendment will be invoked to declare the president mentally unfit, mentally unstable to serve. And that's something that Vice President Mike Pence would have to do with the cabinet. But what about the 14th Amendment? The 14th Amendment has Section 3, which goes like this: no person should be a senator, representative in Congress, or elector, a president and vice president, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or any state, who, having previously taken an oath as member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or given aid or comfort by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. And what that means, 14th Amendment, Section 3, quite simply, with respect to the president, was broken down. And it's about just a few days ago, a professor was approached and talking about the 25th Amendment, and then stating that with respect to the 14th Amendment, there's some talk of possibly actually doing just that. And apparently the chatter isn't as vocal as the conversation regarding the 25th Amendment. And University of Texas constitutional law expert Stefan Videk says that it's a long shot, as has never been used before to remove a sitting president. But the provision, Section 3, says, as I have noted, that a person cannot hold office if they engage in insurrection or rebellion against the United States. And that's what Donald Trump did. And it says the idea is that this provision itself ought to, ipso facto, that means absolutely, disqualify the president from continuing to hold office, the professor said. The provision was used after the Civil War to decline to seat Confederates in Congress who had been elected from unreconstructed states in the South. And Vilek said personally feels in our day and age, this action is much more of a stretch. The reason is, he says, that I don't think anyone ever thought this would be used to actually oust a sitting president who has been serving for the better part of his entire term. But my point is, regardless, it's sitting there, and if people actually believe that the president was responsible for an insurrection, as everyone says, then there's no other logical action to take than to remove him via Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. And it takes a 2/3 vote of both Congresses. Look, House, not a problem. That's sewn up. Senate, it's 50% because you're dealing with a new Senate. You got 50% Democrat, 50% Republican. So let's assume of the 50 Republicans, you only need 25, okay? You only need 25. All right? That's it. I think right now is a good chance you can get those 25 and give political cover to the other 25 who don't want to be seen as going along with it. But it's there. Will it happen? I think it should happen. But what I think is something else. Jason D says Trump derangement syndrome. I think it's a reality. Look, we've had year after year of watching him cross a line, thinking he'll never cross the other line, he does, thinking he'll never cross the other line, he does, thinking he'll never cross the other line, he does, when do you stop, okay? He crossed a major line, and now 6 people have died, including 2 Capitol Police officers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay? If that's not enough for you, something's wrong. All right, I'm gone. Sort of. We'll be back CES in the morning.